Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be swap number 4, if I'm not mistaken, for my palette of the month. I say palette of the month because I'm using these palettes every 3 weeks. If you haven't been keeping up with this series, I wanted to do like a 2 weeks one palette type project pan, but I felt like 2 weeks was not enough time to use a palette. But I wanted to use more than 12 palettes in a month, so that's why I'm not doing it every month. So 3 weeks I figured would give me about 15, I think I came up with 15, 16 palettes that I can go through in 2019. So my last update, I started working on this ColourPop Fortune palette. And don't expect any pan because I've only been using it for 3 weeks. But this is the palette that I was working on, and I gotta say I really enjoyed it. It was my first time using pressed ColourPop eyeshadows, and I really liked them. The colors that I used here were Mo Problems, Oracle, Miser, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that, Stacks, Novu, Richie, 500, and Jackpot. I didn't get to use every single shadow. Once I find a look that I like, I tend to stick with it. So unfortunately, I don't mix a lot of different looks. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I really enjoyed this palette. Like I said, it was the first time that I used pressed shadows from ColourPop. The only one that I thought it was kind of disappointing was this one right here, Miser or Miser. I don't know if you guys can see, but this gives like a purpley blue shift kind of look in the pan, but when you swatch it, it really doesn't look like that. So this color is this color. That's like way different. Like I said, this one looks like a little bit more purpley blue, but that's the color that how it swatches. So I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping I could create a little bit of a shimmery, cool toned look with this shadow, but the color completely changes. So that was the only one that kind of disappointed me, not because of how the product performed, but because of the color. It's completely different than what I expected. Other than that, that's it. I am wearing these shadows today. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's kind of late in the day, but I needed to film. But anyway, that's the colors that I'm wearing today. I did take some pictures, not a lot. I will insert them at the end so you guys can see some of the looks that I created. I'm really bad about taking pictures. It's just I feel self-conscious about taking selfies. I don't know. I don't like taking selfies. But anyway, you guys will see the looks that I created with this palette. So very happy that I got some use out of it. I kind of know how these shadows perform. Quite a bit of fallout, I'm not gonna lie. But they blended pretty nicely. They didn't go on patchy or anything. So I quite enjoyed this palette. I do have, I think 2 more palettes. I think I have I know I have the Yes Please palette, and I think the other one is Give It To Me Straight. I think that's the other one, but very happy with that palette. That being said, the next palette that I'm gonna be putting into this project or roll into this project is the Lorac Unzipped Desert Sunset palette. I think these are discontinued if I'm not mistaken, but this is what this palette looks like. Kind of similar in the same like color family with the burgundy and the reddish color, and then some warm shades right here. But I like that this palette has a purple. I've kind of been missing like the color purple in my eyeshadow looks lately, so I'm glad that I have that option if I want it. So let me show it to you guys side by side, if I can open it. As you guys can see, they're kind of a little bit similar, not very similar. The ColourPop ones has a lot of shades that kind of could look the same, whereas these, the only 2 that I would say look similar is this shade right here and this shade right here. Other than that, I think the other ones look pretty good, and I think it will be a nice complement to my Pan That Palette palette. So there you go. I have never used any Lorac eyeshadows before. I own the Lorac Pro palettes, the big ones. I own two of those, but of course, you know, I've never used them like most of my collection. So we'll see what this formula is like. I know that it's different than the Pro formula, but we'll see what this one is like. I'm gonna have to start going through some older YouTube videos to find tutorials and ideas. I am not very creative, unfortunately. I'm not very creative when it comes to my looks. I kind of tend to do the same thing over and over, but with different colors. But I don't do any like different like designs or like fun stuff. So I need a little bit of help. So yeah, I'm gonna look at in the YouTube world to see any tutorials for any wearable eye looks, and maybe I can attempt them. But that's it, guys. This will be my palette of the month for the next 3 weeks. So expect a new palette coming towards the end of April. And hopefully I'll be able to pick another eyeshadow palette that's a little bit more colorful, because the lip products that I am panning are a little bit more neutral. So I think I'll be able to play with a lot more color than what I've been panning with the dark lip color from Wet n Wild and that bright pink lipstick that I just finished from Kat Von D. It was hard to, that's why I was using a lot of neutral shades in my eyeshadows, because I wanted to be able to use those lipsticks. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have used this palette, let me know how you guys like it, or any tips and tricks on maybe how I can multitask some of these shadows, or any if you guys know of any videos that have people using this eyeshadow palette, let me know so I can check them out as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.